Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I can't ever say it. I can't say anything, really. But we did a few things in the last episode, opened a new bunch of stuff. Really not much to recap, story-wise. But if you do enjoy this episode, remember to like and subscribe and we'll just head into it. Because I am having a great time. What was I gonna do? Who knows? Yeah, I don't really want to buy anything. Thank you. Let me know all this stuff. I think we're gonna take some classes. Okay, let's do creativity and persuasion. Doing creative writing in the teams and you're paired with Marge. You wish it was Tange, but she always does well on these. The theme is Earth's natural environment. Writing an essay. I like her little photo there. Mars takes a topic at face value and wants to write about how beautiful everything was on Earth, with blue skies, green plants everywhere, and a huge ocean that went forever. It always looks gorgeous in the carefully staged movies you've seen on Hollywood. I'm gonna run with Mars's idea. That's probably not the best idea. I'm gonna run with her and make some friendship with her, you know? Mars takes the creative part of creative writing literally, describing Earth's lush forests and verdant plains and deep jewel-like oceans with the reverence bordering on the obscene. She's pretty passionate about it, and so you let her do most of the work. Mars insists she gets to present it to the class. This too is a good idea. Mars is born presenter. You aren't sure if it's totally based on facts, but it is received well by both classmates and your teacher. Get a handful of kudos to go for it as well. There we go. Sure. Oh. Let's go back to self-defense. What do we get from this? Bravery and toughness. You know what? Yeah, let's do sports ball. You and Annie, I was supposed to look up how to say their names, I didn't, are watching the soldiers train. Her brother, Com, who I am in love with, is the training dojo trying out a stun glove. He leaps back slightly as electricity crackles from his fingertips, then straightens up and splays his finger experimentally towards the target dummy. A streak of lightning arcs out of his hand and charging a light bulb above the target to show a successful hit. Annie whistles, "Wow, that looks really dangerous." You agree, dangerous and awesome. But I think it's only a stuns things, because it's called a stun glove. Otherwise, they would call it a kill glove, I guess. I want to have a stun glove too, she says, copying her brother's motions, playing her fingers forward like she's casting magical spells. But my mom doesn't like fighting. She doesn't want me to be a soldier. Who cares what your mom thinks? Yeah, moms can be dumb sometimes. She sighs, your mom's not dumb, but she sure doesn't know everything. You sit and watch Com light up on the target after another with a stun glove. His motions gaining confidence as he learns this new tool. There we go. We still don't have much brain. I think everything... We need the brain stuff. So this is reasoning and engineering. Biology. Let's study engineering. This will be our second time. You're bringing supplies to the med bay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on the bench, her head pillowed on a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tan sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. Move my mic right here out of my face a little bit. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Annie. Whoa, she hardly ever sleeps, like just a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stays up all night studying for morning history test. Shh, let her sleep. Tan Talpum beats a soft alarm when she sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and she looks annoyed. Just a power nap. No reason to gawk. Totally reasons to gawk. That's... Okay, we won. Engineering plus 4. Let's see what this is doing. He's hiding over here. I don't think I have anything. What do I need for that? Oh, for bravery. We're gonna spend the last one. Another one in here. What does... Does this give us? Organization. Perception. Yeah, let's do the deliver supplies. You show up at the delivery depot bright and early, as most of the colony is still yawning and pawning around for the morning cup of bleep tea. Seek is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? Neat, so nostalgic. Oh, Palms, do I use paper then? That's terrible for the environment. Child, there are more trees out there than you can imagine. And they grow back. When you're older, you'll understand. And regardless, Governor Edic has requested it. She is sentimental for these things. I myself have traded in my Holopalm stylus for a pen. You're to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. Paper? The governor's sending messages by paper now? This is a joke. Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. This is Dr. Instance. She skims the first page, muttering stuff. And there's sensitive information in here. All the super floss, technophobic, sentimental foolishness. You back away. Next stop, the cafeteria. Antecedent takes the notice carefully with both hands. Paper? What a strange idea. And oh, look, Governor Eduk has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting they have. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I'm finished reading it. Throw it in the dissembler? It seems far too precious for that. I will need to get a filing cabinet in here. I suppose I can recycle it from craft time. Next up is the expedition office. Tonin meets you outside. He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears that whatever's inside wants out. Sorry, Ophelia. Could you just put them down on the bench? I'll take them inside in a minute. Another surveyor overhears and laughs. The governor's sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stacks you hold. I don't want these -2s. But it's a 5. And I'll scramble pick them up, because I'm nice. Shove the papers back together and haphazardly embarrass the clumsiness. Refrain from sneaking any peeks. You dutifully deliver the remaining reports to the Chief Ret and your mom, and both seem confused that they weren't sent via HoloNet. You're a good girl and good delivery person. You feel proud and important for delivering the messages, like you were told. Card will till mental blue. Sure. I have good perception, now I think. I think I need to rest, though. And I think the best way to rest will be with this new one. We can try it out. Relax on the wall. Friendship with Dis. After the first attack on the colony, they added a lookout tower to the wall. Now you have a place to hang out if you don't feel like working, and because it's all the way up here, no adults are going to come and ask you to run any errands for them. On rainy days, you take shelter under the pavilion and listen to pitter-patter the warm raindrops on the grass roof. You can do whatever you want. Ah, this is life. It's a good place to study. You pack your holocures. The wall is a great vantage point to examine the wild jungle outside the colony. Your independent study even counts towards classes credits without having to actually be in class. Oh, hey, Ophelia. Just pops ahead in the nearby ladder and looks surprised to see anyone else here. Do you mind if I sit here? Sure, there's plenty of room. Heck yeah, sit by you. Just keep your seat down. No. Heck yeah, come sit beside me. The two of you dangle your feet off this side and watch the valley below. This shuffles along comfortably and doesn't see much. You wonder if this was his private spot to be alone before you discovered it. I think those are okay, so I'm going to keep them. There's a commotion in the square. An expedition vehicle has driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square, an unusual sight. People come down from command to investigate. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to the etiquette. After a brief conversation, you see etiquette gesture for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tonin's body? What the fuck? Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of a torn open body is seared into your memory. However he died, it was violent and bloody, and you feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? Dis asked, coming over to crouch around the corner. You share that Uncle Tonin is dead and stares at the sheets covered body instantly as if he could see through it. They say how? They never tell us the truth anyway. No one will tell the kids what really happened. Did something eat him? Did he get lost and fall off a cliff? Do they even know? Dis nods, frowning. They don't want us to know about the monsters and the other worse stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. This planet isn't as nice as they say it is. Shakes his head. They hate it that they can't control us. You and Dis watch the adults carry Uncle Tonin's body away. My dogs are going crazy for no reason. From the way he's practically vibrating, you can tell Dis wants to ask more questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything, probably just trying to go take a look at the body. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think. At least they're together now, wherever people go when they die. You watch Utopia bend over to get the hug from Etiquette, wiping her eyes as she finally cries. Etiquette has never been most comforting presence in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia is probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She's only a toddler when Stratospheric left Earth. Apparently, her sharp eye and hover bike flying skills are the best for expeditions. What the fuck? Dis pokes a glowing bobbly bud with his toes. The sea head snaps free and drifts into the dark of the glow, slowly breaking into a little luminescent speck. Make a wish, he says. Here's our mom. I thought I saw Annie. Ophelia, look. It's getting tougher every day. Thanks. Okay, we're gonna do something crazy, maybe. Let's save just in case. We're gonna sneak out. Oh, I can't. Oh. Hey, what are you doing? Don't be a nullhead. Haven't you seen the extra lookouts of the wall? They'll spot you for sure. Then you'll have a secret exit and be gone. Well, I guess I'll go to class. Or... we're gonna do defense training. Just in case we have another one of those fights. Attendance self-defense class is always a little higher during Glow. It's almost as if the imminent threat attack makes people worried for their lives. Exactly. It's one. Okay. It's been quiet, Glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of the last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear argument at dinner. Adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency producers. The drill emergency producers file soundlessly from the classroom, to the creche to hide under tables, waiting for sirens to call and all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as the glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spills out of the wormhole, fading the sun almost rises past the horizon again, and sirens start. You read a Hobble novel in your bed when you hear them, followed by the stomps of boots down the hallway outside quarters. Another flashes on a hologram. Shelter in the creche. This is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouse. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared than we were last year. Love, you stay safe. No, we're going to the gates. You sneak out of the living quarters, head towards the gate. You immediately spot security Chief Rhett, who stops what he's doing and yells and gestures angrily. What the hell are you doing here? There's no place for kids. Get your ass back inside. Try and help. That's 9. That's 3. That's 7. I don't even remember what I had. A 6. I have a 001 and a 4. It's a 2. Yeah, that's a 9. I'll just use all the yellows. What if I do this? That's 16. And that's 12. This is what we had before. That's 17 or 16. I'm gonna do the 17. So we need 8. Okay. Win. You stick around the outside of the skirmish at the gates, throwing rocks and yelling at any creatures that get close. Too close. You're not sure if you make any difference, but the good news is at least you're not injured. When the dust clears, Rhett spots you hiding in the shadows and personally escorts you back to your quarters, where your mom and dad penalize you for disobeying them. When the things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all of his defense improvements were exactly what we needed. He's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her back. Credit what credit is due, Flu Bell, he says as she smiles despite herself. It could have been worse. Your mom nods, and then they both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Pooh Hall, he says. What a way to go. Poor Hall. Professor Hall! Your parents startle. Hey, Pumpkinhead. Yeah, there's gonna be an announcement in a few hours after everyone has a chance to calm down. He didn't make it. What happened? Don't worry about that. Your mom says, why is everyone fucking dying? It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be able to go into the engineering wing for a little bit. But it's not until it's decontaminated. You grow up to quietly think, Professor Hall can't just die. He can't just be gone. He's your teacher. And the engineering wing is where you take classes. You can't imagine something bad happening in a safe space. in such a safe place. You fall asleep thinking for sure there's been some mistake. What the fuck do you mean? I'm upset. How are you just gonna say my teacher's dead? Like that ain't no thing. Now who's watching the gate? You? Hey, buddy. Just is sitting in the bed of one of the expedition vehicles, tinkering with a bit of tech. He tries to hide it when he sees you, but it's so many pieces that no one manages to shove some behind his back before he gives you up a glare mistrustfully. What do you want? What are you doing? Just squinted you. Promise you won't tell on me? Promise. Then they weren't using it, he states, already sounding defensive as he turns the biggest piece of advice over in his hand. So it was just sitting there in command, so when they weren't looking, I took it. I took it and no one noticed. You seem excited about this fact. I think it's a part of a communication device, so I'm trying to figure out how it works. I want to talk to aliens. Just be careful, okay? It's not Phil's device. Who cares? People on Earth used to use stuff like this thinking that it could pick up voices of ghosts, but it was probably radio waves. So I figured if I'm looking for radio waves, aliens have to exist. They have to. You can't have this much life on a planet without some of it being smart, like we are. I just want to talk to them. Maybe I'd fit more with aliens than I do here. Anything is possible. This nods and looks outward into the mushroom forest. I know you're just trying to be nice. Even if you think we're really alone out here and you're lying to make me feel better, it's still nice. Yeah, because we're friends, dummy. Not everyone in the colony is happy. Everyone acts like it because they don't want to sound ungrateful, but let's face it, it sucks here. You have to say Tang. Tangent is storming around the quad in front of the engineering, checking the notes on the hologram, gesturing at the grunting, frustrated. Ugh, this is the worst. What's the matter? I can't possibly... She says, her voice shaking. She seems too upset to even explain it. Professor Hal was helping me with the physics chapter, and now he's... She throws a hand in the air, virtually hollow palm screen flying everywhere. I can't understand without him. This is impossible. Why do you have to die? I miss him too. Tangent nods angrily. He was a good teacher. He didn't deserve to die. I wish I could have done something to save him. You both go quiet for a few seconds. Well, we can't count on the adults to protect us from this. We'll have to do it ourselves. Good luck. Tangent nods back to her. Thank you. Yeah, let's get some engineering in. The colony's still reeling from Precious Hal's death. You're not sure who to expect when you go to class today. You take a seat in the classroom. Chief Engineer Instance is chatting near the front of with Tangent, but as the class fills in, Tang returns to her seat and Instant fires up Congruence's hollow projection. Alright, listen up. Congruence is expensive as hell to run in interactive mode, but she'll have to do as your teacher for now. I'm far too busy to be teaching children. Today, Congruence teaches you about the machine learning and the development of artificial intelligence. Congruence has been a part of your life for as long as you can remember. It's hard to imagine a time when people didn't have access to such a powerful, all-knowing intelligence. Did people used to learn anything? How did people used to learn anything? Girl, I keep asking myself that. I don't know not a damn thing. It's good to get without using these. I'm gonna save those for some hard stuff. Hear the dog barking. He's acting a fool for no reason. You've been having weird dreams as usual. They seem to get worse around glow. You wake up from a dream that has tears drying on your face, though you can't remember why. You just were terrified. Whatever it was, it felt real enough that for a moment, you just lie in bed with your eyes closed and trying to calm your breath. You barely rub your eyes in. Surprise! Oh, it's your birthday. Your dad leaps onto your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Happy birthday, little tomato head. 12 years old? Wow. Can you believe it? No. Your mom answers for you, laughing as she hands you a present. It was just yesterday. Antecedent was showing me how to change your diapers. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought you food from the canteen so you can eat together on your bed. As you stuff your face with savory tofu chunks, you open your present. Which one is your favorite? I'm gonna take it from my dad. I like this little thing. It's kind of cute. I thought a nanoprinter for the pattern based off the picture from Expeditions, your dad says, watching you play with it. They call it a Spectroraptor. He continues. See, it looks like it's wearing glasses on top of his 5 eyes. They said it's because its lenses are outside of its eyeballs. Isn't that wild? Nothing like that on Earth. As your dad clears away in wrapping paper and the dishes, the breakfast, your mom folds her hands on the table and gives you a serious look. Uh-oh. So, we've been here 2 years now, and I know your dad, and I have always said you're in charge of your schedule, but we've been keeping an eye on you. A loving eye, your dad interjects, stuffing a wrapping paper and recycling. A trusting, gentle eye. Professor Hal used to tell all the time about how hard you're trying in school. That's great. Your dad and I are really proud of you. Working might seem fun and grown up when you're a kid, but you want to do more than manual labor. You'll need some books. Smarts, too. Your dad joins in again. So it's time to start thinking how you were going to contribute to the colony when you're older. A look at the face, he laughs. Don't worry. We're not going to make you get a job right now. We're asking you, what do you want to do when you grow up? A farmer, a teacher, mom, captain of a sports ball team, a famous idol, a monster hunter. I think I want to be a monster hunter. Your mom laughs. You've been playing too many games, Ophelia. Hunting monsters. I hope it doesn't come to that here. She rubs her legs under the table where the prosthetic attaches to her bone. Just remember, being a hero isn't all it's cracked up to be. Well, I'm sure your friends will all wish you a happy birthday. She stops to snap strings. Oh, and you might have considered a career as a depot clerk, but AI and Bernie mentioned their daughter Mars isn't working there. She needs some help. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy there. Sure beats shoveling dirt. If you don't take the job, you'll tell Mars If you don't take that job, you'll tell Mars I'll be right there. Your mom rolls her eyes and smiles. It's my birthday. Okay. No one wants to speak to me. I feel like my empathy, persuasion, creativity, organization, engineering, biology is what I really need to do. This is the only thing that does organization. I feel like I lack empathy, persuasion, and creativity. Don't know how you get empathy, though. So I'm gonna study humanities. You're running late to the humanities class. When you arrive, everyone is gathering the bean bags around the room, big hall projector. Ship's computer congruence is displaying on it. She's giving today's lesson, reading an old book of Earth poetry. You sit down next to Tang and nudge her the motion. What's up with this? Tang frowns at you. You missed the announcement. But Professor Hal died. Congruence will teach this class from now on. And then she frowns at everything in general. They said everyone else who might be qualified is too busy, and no, they didn't ask me. I miss Professor Hal. You tried to keep your voice down, but Congruence literally has ears everywhere. I miss Professor Hal as well, she says, her monitor swinging over to you. He was a very special human. Wait, you asked out loud. Congruence can like people? Of course! I can like people. I carried you inside me for 20 years after all. How could I not get attached? So 0, 0. There we go. Still doesn't give me empathy. Still doesn't give me empathy. Is working. Hi, Cal. Cal is sitting at the garden fence, his feet tucked into the slates, tapping away at the holo screen. School was more interesting when you actually could see how it matters. Your mom could say I could do more important stuff at the farm if I learned to crop rotations and stuff. He frowns at the holo screen, but there's more math than I thought there'd be. Friendship with Cal, toughness. Sure, let's just do a second one of these. Hey, Squirt, your mom calls out. Don't you think it's time to start thinking about what you're gonna do when you're older? You look at her confused. Didn't she always tell you to stay at school? She chuckles. You gotta think about it sometime, kid. How about you come join your folks at the farm if you think you're up for it? What do you mean? I don't think I'm ready. You need to brush up your life. Yeah, okay, I need to do biology. I never liked science. There we go. And we got paid. Hi, Cal. Hold this to your head now, my darling. You hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is... Oh, there's his mommy. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who's kneeling beside him holding an ice pack on his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hey, Ophelia. Tira greets with a kind smile. Don't worry. Recolactrians just took a tumble. Is that Cal's name? Off something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom, it wasn't that bad. Are you gonna be okay? I'm okay. Just bump my head a little. Mom always knows how to make it better. Even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy. Thank you for humoring me. She looks over to you. Tell him show off for you, Ophelia. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal winces and wrinkles his nose. Cal's strength. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. Aw, Cal. What are you doing, girl? Oh, hey, Ophelia. I'm sorry I can't talk now. I'm on my way to work in command. You know, The supply depot, the most important job of the whole colony. Anything gets made here goes through me first. Plus, I get the first pick of all the best stuff. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, you lay it on thick. How Mars is just so cool. How everything she does totally great. And how she's obviously the most important person in the colony. You're getting to start Mars fan club in her honor. She laughs. Nice try, Ophelia, but thanks for the compliments. And she just leaves without even offering help to get you a job. Dart. Okay, bye. Hello, friend. Spot is hanging out in the open flatbed on the expedition truck, kicking his leg over the side. They won't let me go on expeditions yet, he grumbles. They say it's too dangerous for little kids. I'm not little. And it's not dangerous. They're just scared. Annie? Annie looks up the hollow palm and sighs dramatic as you approach. Man, I hate school learning, she exclaims, prodding her screen. Why do I even have to do this? You want to train together? Telling a violent tale. On your way to the sports ball pitch, Annie shares a story about the time her brother Com once spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose back when he used to play sports ball too. She describes in gory detail. But don't go easy on me. That's why you have the med beds, right? Plus, it might get a cool scar. What does he need? He need bravery. Okay. And for her locked one, reasoning. Okay, what's reasoning from? Biology, and I need biology too. So, we'll take this last class before the end of this episode. You're not sure what to expect from life science class? This soon after Professor Howell's death. He was the teacher to back up the ship. Who could possibly replace him? Take your seat in the class, and there's no teacher yet, and you and the other students wait to exchange awkward glances as time passes. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the door. She accompanied by Tang, who takes a seat beside you, barely giving you a second look. Life science. Instance snaps. Who can tell me what it is? She points at you. Ophelia? Start us off with the correct answer, please. Biochem, medicine, ecology, and geology. You easily rattle off this subject name. This doesn't look pleased, but she doesn't look disappointed either. That's about the good as you're ever gonna get from her, honestly. So you can count on that as a win. Maybe I should have said the wet. Because that's what the professor used to call it. You know? Your dad comes back from work one day looking serious and under the weather. He's pale with the deep circles under his eyes and he keeps sneezing. It's fine. It's all this pollen in the air. It's gunked up in the old air tubes. Do you remember hay fever, Fulu? We always used to get back on Earth too. Your mom's frowns crossed her arms. We did. So why isn't it bothering me? You're a lot tougher than me, Sweet pea, your dad says, and your mom rolls her eyes. I'm sure it's just have to get used to it like you did, he continues. Maybe I'll just go for a stroll outside the gates later, really get a good lungful of the stuff and feel bad for a few weeks, but after that, I'll be fine. Your mom raises an eyebrow. Outside the gates? You? Your dad shrugs and he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. Your mom directs him to go lay down on their bed. You need rest, not machismo. I don't have any a macho bone in my body, foo-foo, and I have to fertilize the corn and the pixie beans this week. Your mom grunts. Your dad pulls a handkerchief. My dad's gonna die, isn't he? My dad's gonna die, correct? My dad in real life is already dead, and my other dad in real life is already dead. I've already had 2 dad dies. You can't have this dad die as well. That's crazy. Your dad pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and sneezes into it a few times. Big, yellow, honking sneezes that echo through the whole quarters. He pulls away his face and you can tell that something's wrong. Huh? Your dad says weakly. holding the handkerchief away from his face, a bright fuchsia pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back in his head, his knees buckle, and your mom yells for you to call Instance. Chief Engineer Instant takes your dad to vitals and gives him a cursory look over, but she seems satisfied with what she sees without having to do a thorough examination. The explorers have started calling this the shimmer. Shimmer. She says, shining a light down your dad's throat. It looks a little better, but not much. It's an airborne environmental toxin, likely in the pollen. Will he be okay? It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body. Insect explains. She gestures to the air, making notes of the hollow eye that she can only see. I've been tracking this effects of 3 seasons now. The toxin is flushed out of the body after 3 or 5 days, and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. What that means is for you, Garnham, since you're practically particularly susceptible, you know, you can get it easily. I can't fucking say it. To the toxin, you should take a better pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Susceptible. There you go. I said it finally. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. Your mom smiles and puts her hand over his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not to come into work for the rest of the week. You're on strict bed rest. She leans in and touches her forehead to his. They stay like this, smiling with relief. Even after 1 day of bed rest, your dad looks a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out to the fields. You're gonna love the new crops, Ophelia. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. He's already pulling on his boots. The field looks beautiful at night. I'm happy that we finally found something that could actually grow here that isn't soy. Soy and more soy. I'm happy too. Hey, Dad's not dead. And that is fan-fucking-tastic. Because if Dad would have died, I would have died. IRL. That is for sure. I need to take the rest. But that's going to have to be in the next episode. I'm going to have to rest in the next episode. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time. You have the most wonderful day.